Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Today, I'm going to be a ZVZ between your two favorite Zerg players, Serral and Reynor. Top right, we've got Serral. Bottom left, we have Reynor. It's going to be on Ice and Chrome. I miss this map, and I kind of miss seeing Serral and Reynor play against each other on the channel, so that's why I'm doing this for your Sunday broadcast. Alrighty then, so hopefully this is going to be a long macro ZVZ because I kind of like the Ling Hydra Viper style of it, right? Right. If you don't know what that is, hopefully I can show it to you. So, build orders in ZVZ are very important indeed, but it looks like both of these guys are going for the same thing. 16 hatch, yep. 16 hatch, 18 extractor, 17 pool. No pool first play for either Serral or Reynor today. Hey, that kind of rhymed. Anyway, hit that like button if you're excited for the ZVZ. I think it should be really excellent. I mean, these guys know each other so well. I mean, Reynor just has Serral's number in this matchup more than anything else. I don't feel like Reynor has more success consistently against Serral than like anybody. I could be wrong. I mean, he did win the Katowice last year, which was the de facto World Championship for 2020. So, I mean, he beat Trap a bunch, but I just feel like every time he matches up against Serral, he has this advantage, this inherent advantage that I'm not sure he has against any other player. And that's probably because he has studied Serral more than he studied anyone else. I mean, if you're coming up as a Zerg player in the EU, who are you most inspired by? Serral, obviously, right? So you look at his games, you look at his ZVZ, you try to figure out how to beat him, what his tendencies are, and then you start beating him. Anyway, hatch is popping, nothing too crazy, la 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 la, spawning pools are done, both players getting a couple queens, two pairs of Zerglings, and an Overlord. It is very mirrory up here in this production tab. Speed, oh, okay, Reynor a little bit late on his stuff, on his speed, and his round of 2 drones here. I should really, I don't know, should I write down these build orders? My ZVZ is just kind of a mess. Maybe I should. Maybe I should write down these build orders, I don't know. And is it third base timing? Oh, sure, it is. Third base timing, the same. Ready for this? Bam. So, yeah, both players, their queens are popping. They're getting another drone. Oh, second drone. And so this is where things might start to get a little bit different, right? We're going to try to go for Lings and Banes. We're going to try to get a Roach Warren out. So we're going to go for a Spire. Obviously, there's some Ling harass going on. You're going to go for an attack on the third base for your enemy. Baneling Nest on the way from Reynor. Serral, on the other hand, is not doing any of those things. No Baneling Nest for him. But he did make what? Does he have more Lings now? No, same number of Lings. I guess he's 12 Lings are on the way from Serral. Okay. So Serral is positively going for some kind of a Ling attack here. You don't make that many Lings. 16? Is that 16 sets of Lings? Certainly is. Yeah, you don't make that many Lings unless you're trying to go kill your opponent's third. So, or maybe, I don't know, his front. But see, this is why we're walling off, right? Evolution Chamber, Baneling Nest, got a queen up here, ready for those actions. The problem is you can't really save your third at this point. Overlord sees the number of Lings come in. Sees that Serral has his own third base, so it's not crazy all in. Yeah, this is not good. He's trying to buy time to save this third base, but yeah, I mean, 2 Banelings rolling in. Serral should be able to... Oh, he's backing out. He's actually backing out a little bit here. He's like, there's already Banelings up from Reynor. Kerr says, oh. Yeah, and then against a lesser player, what you can do is send 1 Zergling into your opponent's Baneling, and the Baneling will explode on that 1 Ling, and then it sucks for the other player because that's a terrible trade. But at this level, no, there's too much micro involved from both players. And oh, those Banelings are going to pop, and they do. Yeah, at this level, you basically control your Banelings manually, so they're not going to automatically explode on a single Zergling. It's very rare for that to happen, and this is your knife fight in a phone booth stage of the ZVZ, where both players are just, they've got Lings, they've got Banes, they're just like, one misstep here could lose me the game, so actually, Reynor just decides to head home. He's not worried about it. Okay, Roach Warren coming in from both players. Roach Warren for Serral is done faster. So that should be pretty nice. We got ourselves an evolution chamber working on the missile attack upgrade, whereas Reynor is getting melee attack upgrades instead. Ling's checking to make sure, you know, actually, this is a weird place to expand. Reynor should expand here instead. So, I don't know. These guys are maybe looking for a run by, but this is pretty well defended from Reynor. He's ready for that stuff. Same thing here from Serral, basically, but... Oh, look at that block. God, that was a sick block. Serral brings the queen and plugs the hole quite nicely. So are we going to odd as a spire? All right, so Reynor's got some safety roach ability here. He doesn't want to make any roaches. He wants to save that gas for mutalisks. So it is going to be mutalisks, which means you need to be able to defend against some roaches incoming, because spires take forever to build. Although I really don't see any roaches in production here. Look at this. So Serral's got the Roach Warren. He's going Galeo Reconstitution, but I mean, so's Reynor. And Reynor doesn't seem to be interested in going for roaches at all. It's just having the ability to go speed roaches is really good in ZVZ. Like, there's probably gonna be a point in time where you want to make 10 roaches that are fast, right? So Serral's 4th base coming up, Reynor's 4th base coming up. Again, the gosh darn same time. They're doing different stuff. 34 lings on the way from Reynor here. He is really going hard on the Zerglings at the moment. Spire going to finish. That did get scouted by that Overseer, right? It did get scouted, and here come them Zerglings. This 4th base of Serral's is in trouble. 4 mutas in production. He's got a bunch of roaches, right? And he's got Baneling support here too. So Roach Baneling is actually incredible against a large number of lings. Should be able to hang here just fine. Should be able to defend the 4th base. Baneling's trying to get in here, but nope. Good defense with queens. Good defense with buildings. Reynor nom-nom-nomming away at this 4th base. Once again, trying to get in here and killing some drones. Not really happening. Ooh, some good damage on that 4th base. And where are Los Mutalisks? Run by! Lings into both the natural and the main base here for Serral. That's not good for the Finnish Zerg at all. And this base is in so much trouble. Serral's trying to defend it, but there's Mutalisks now. The Mutas are trying to pick off Banelings, which is great. And the 4th base from Serral goes down. And 6 drones have gone down here. So the 4th base out. And Reynor pulling back a little bit here with his Mutas, with his Lings. Actually attacking Broodlings, which is a weird thing. And that's going to give you a free queen kill. Free creep tumor down too. I mean, this is pretty problematic. Whoa! 8 drones down, Baneling head. Queens, gotta be queens versus these mutas. They do trade pretty well. Also, there are some hydras in the mix. But see, the thing about Mutalisks is they don't have to engage. They never have to engage, ever, in a ZVZ. Because they are faster than everything. Because they can fly. They're faster than everything that flies. So you just gotta poke around the outside. Try to pick off individual drones here and there. Maybe pick up a queen that's alone. And yeah, I mean, this 4th base being gone. And the 5th base is on the way from Reynor. Problematic. I'm gonna say, Mutalisks do take bonus damage from spores. Which, you know, we've talked about this a billion times on the channel, I feel like, but one of the greatest all-time balance changes ever made by the Blizzard balance team, back when they actually used to do balance changes to StarCraft 2, was making it so that spores do bonus damage to biological targets. It was genius, because every single ZVZ for a long time back in Heart of the Swarm was Muta versus Muta. Both players got 8,000 Mutalisks. They attacked each other. Somebody won at the end. But by bumping up the bonus damage that spores do to Mutalisks, it made Mutalisks viable, but not really the only way to play ZVZ. Lurker Den up. So this is where it gets a little bit dicey for Reynor. If Serral can get the 4th base rolling, and if maybe he can get a 5th base, holy cannoli, there's a lot of Banelings. And he gets this whole Hydra Lurker Viper thing out. This could work out for Serral. It definitely could. He's 100% behind. He's behind by 30 supply, which tells you a lot. Oh my gosh. That's pretty good splits, but I mean, that's still 13 dead, 14 dead drones there. The splits were good, but maybe not enough. It's 46 to 83 workers income tab in favor of Reynor's. It was really even for quite a while there, but Reynor's been super duper aggressive at this, as he traditionally is in this matchup against Serral in particular. I'm not saying ZVZ, but I just mean the Serral-Reynor matchup, which is its own matchup within StarCraft 2, I believe. So Lings are like, all right, we've got Lurkers out. Going to be hard for Lings to get value here, unfortunately. So, yeah, I mean, coming in here seems terrible idea. Zerglings just get chomped to death by lurkers, as do ultralisks, honestly. As do banelings to a certain extent. That was a pretty wasted baneling attack from Reynor there. And again, just certain trades, right? Make good trades over and over and over again. If you do it enough times, you can win this game. So what's Serral up to here? Just 4 basing it, man. Making hydras, getting upgrades for his hydras and his banelings. And did he loot? Oh, Reynor, rather, is getting a lurker den. Hive's on the way from Serral. I was looking at the wrong production tab. I don't know why. 3 more drones go down to baneling attack. Some roaches try to get some run across the map action. No. Say the Zerglings. Not going to happen. We have +2 attack. We're actually pretty good against roaches if we have +2 attack, it turns out. Yeah. Yeah. See, it's even 1 spore is pretty discouraging for a fairly large group of mutas to go into. It's just not that many shots from a spore to kill a mutalisk. So unless you have, 40 of them, you can just burn down that 1 spore pretty quickly. Also, there are 2 spores now and a 3rd one coming up. So this is a problem for Serral. He is stuck on 4 bases. He really can't expand. Reynor is on 5 and maxed out, and Serral's at 159 supply. But things can swap here, right? Things can swap, turn on a dime in ZVZ, I feel like. 1 bad engagement, like 1 fungal on this group. Not that we have any infestors, or a parasitic bomb would be really good too. Banelings are like, I know there's lurkers here, but what if we show up with like 15 banelings? Then that goes down. And 16, 17 drones. Dude, I feel like this is it. I feel like we have possibly seen the end of Serral here. He's knocked down to 3 bases. He is quickly throwing a new base up to replace the dead one. The muta's feeling pretty, powerful at this moment, but the spores, yeah, I mean, it's hard. It's a hard place to be in if you're Serral here. When you're defending against mutalisks, you gotta, spend a lot of your drones on spores, which means you can't really have the 80 workers as easily as you want to, and especially considering you've lost 50 drones. Just regular attacks today. Not ideal. Another base from Reynor is coming up. I mean, this is... it's a lot of dead Zerglings, but they did take some HP off of that Spore Crawler, so... yeah, it's fine. Again, a Parasitic Bomb could... oh, they do get the Spore. See, the Lings weakened it, and then the Mutas come in and just go rah, rah. Another base from Reynor. But look, Serral taking a 4th at this 12 o'clock, 12:30 position here on Ice and Chrome. Is that going to work for him? This will be one of the more impressive ZVZ comebacks I've ever seen if Serral can win this game. He has the correct composition for late game. I guess so does Reynor. Never mind. Never mind where I was going with that. Reynor is able to... yeah, the fact that... okay, these trades are good. Killing queens, killing spores. He's just freeing up supply here. If he loses some Mutalisks, he's replacing them with Lings, Lurkers, Hydras. Yeah, I mean, he knows he's going to lose a couple Mutalisks to this Spore. Doesn't really care at all. Again, the Mutas are not the goal here. 4 Vipers on the way from Reynor. So it's a blinding cloud on top of the enemy lurkers. You want to abduct the lurkers into your own lurker ball. Vipers are really, really important in this composition for sure. If you can abduct an enemy's Viper into your Hydra ball and kill it, that's usually pretty good. Did you have to restart this? I think you had to restart this. Okay, that's not ideal. Alright, well, we got some naked lurker Hydra moving out. Just murdered that Ursidon. Blech. Wow. I mean, that was intentional, right? Like, you had to click on that Ursidon and kill it. Lurker holding a Zelnaga Watchtower is hilarious. I mean, he's dead. But he held that Zelnaga Watchtower real well. Ling's trying to get in here, not working out. Oh, they're going to get this base. Lurker's burrow. Wow. Okay. Okay, that's... Yeah. Meanwhile, Serral being aggressive for... Oh my gosh, they got the hatch. They got the hatch! All the lings died, but they got the hatch, and that's all that really matters. Reynor does not care about that hatch, I can tell you this much. Okay, so this is Blinding Cloud, Parasitic Bomb, Abducts. Okay, all the things are happening right now. That was just a ton of spell casting in the space of about 1.8 seconds. And Serral's like, yeah, okay, you have the correct composition. You are placed correctly in order to deal with my attack. I will leave. This base, trying for the third time today to take this base. Random Lurker Hydra set up here, getting outnumbered by incoming Hydra Lurker. Serral pushing this left side. He's just poking, prodding, trying to find angles. If you, ooh, okay, those are some free Hydralisks, though. You don't want that. You don't want free Hydralisks. This base is dead. All right. Fair enough. Serral's doing some things here. This game is not over yet. I hope none of you turned it off. Of course, if you're watching this, you didn't turn it off. So who am I even talking to? Oh, free Lurker there. Free Lurker here. Nope, he's going to escape somehow. Goodbye, Lurker. Be free. Lurker versus Lurker battle. Oh, way to get him out of there with all of 2 HP to his name. Taking out extractors is nice, but then you're horribly outnumbered, and yeah, everyone dies. So Serral maxed out. He's managed to pull this off. Like, he's not in a horrible position. Reynor does have a bigger bank, which if this comes down to a ginormous engagement, or both players lose their armies, Reynor can actually make a new one, and Serral can't. So I think that's why Serral is being more cautious, obviously, right? He's not interested in, like, doing a whole huge thing here. Oh, abduct, abduct, abduct. Blinding Cloud. Really wants this hatch. Okay, so 2 hatches killed. So that means... Oh, we got the back and forth abducts here. I don't... Parasitic Bombs as well. I mean, it's just... What? What are we... Parasitic Bomb abduct combination. So 2 bases down, which puts Reynor at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 total bases. Which technically Serral is at as well here. So, dang. Serral coming back from the dead. I was going to say a little bit, but this is a lot of it coming back from the dead. Just yoink, 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 yoink. It looks like yoinking Vipers mostly for Serral and yoinking Lurkers here from Reynor, which doesn't seem like a great idea, but this little sneaky backside attack. Oh, no. See, this I think is what Serral was trying to avoid, was this very thing. Well, getting your entire army wiped out is definitely considered something you'd like to avoid. But I just mean, he can't really remax out. He's making 12 Hydras at a time, which is nice. But Reynor smells some of that blood in the water. Oh, wrong button. There's my Z. This is really bad for Serral. I mean... He's on the other side trying to make some stuff happen here, and he's going to take down a base probably, but this positioning, this Lurker positioning is just brutal. Absolutely brutal. So forcing, oh, actually just straight up killing that base of Reynor. So Reynor's, you know, still on 5 bases, but he's maxed out, and Serral is at 137 supply. I feel like this is the GG. Abducting Lurkers into a group that... Oh, it does manage to kill him. That's great. I mean, the Viper count is nice. But army supply is 140 to 175. And Reynor still has this bank rolling, and that's your GG. Yeah, so it is really stupidly hard trying to come back from a situation where your opponent's on 5 or 6 bases and you're on, like, 4. It's just... And the Mutas kept Serral pinned in. He kept trying to make little roach attacks, little counters. But Reynor sniffed him out every single time. He was able to kill them with the +2 lings. The Mutas got a ton of damage done. I mean, it was absolutely fantastic. An absolutely fantastic match there from Reynor. But what else do we expect from this guy? Right? He always looks like he has an advantage against Serral. And again, it's just the study, just the work he's done. So, yoink, all the way up. Serral had a tiny advantage in income for like a minute and a half, and then it was over. Resources lost 29,000 for Reynor, 27,000 for Serral, which you're like, okay, nice job, Serral, but more stuff was made by Reynor. He had more bases. He made more stuff, and therefore he lost more stuff. He lost 22 Mutalisks because that Serral didn't lose, and that's pretty much the entirety of that discrepancy, if not, yeah, it's, well, not the whole thing, but part of it. No, that's about right. 27 to 29, about 2,000, well, plus the gas, whatever. Math is hard. Also, losing 68 drones when your opponent loses only 15 is brutal. Losing 4 hatches when your opponent loses 3 is an issue. Yeah, so overall, Reynor just had an amazing game plan. It worked out for him in the end. And this is yet another win that Reynor gets over Serral. So, DreamHack is ongoing. Hopefully they release their replay pack as they usually do, and I'll bring you some more recent replays. But that's going to be it for me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void and a ZVZ featuring Serral and Reynor. Alright, you can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. And until next time, as always, thanks for hanging out, thanks for watching, and you take care of yourself.